What's up YouTube, PokePrimer here, prime ready to deliver you our Week 8 Team Builder here in JLPC Season number 6. This week we are taking on Decker and the Alabama Alakazams. Decker is one of the top guys here and is always given me incredibly difficult battles. It's pretty much a guarantee that it's going to be a tough one no matter what against him, so this is definitely going to be a tough match. No debate there whatsoever. Certainly never looking forward to playing Decker. It's always a struggle. It's always a difficult matchup. So this is gonna be one that's gonna cause us probably a lot of headaches. But his team is ridiculously good. No surprise there. It consists of Single Strike Urshifu, Raikou, Noivern, Serena, Steelix, Audino, Tapu Fini, Kadabra, Dusknoir, and Nidoking. So the tough part is, like, he has things that just shut down some of my best offense, and he has ways of shutting them down pretty easily, which really stinks. But, like, some of my mods I'm forced to bring in certain ways, because if I don't, then they just get beaten by others. So it's like, it's just a struggle, man. It's a struggle. So, let's just go over real quick what we have for him. This is going to be a difficult match no matter what happens. But first off, we have Meep, the Galarian Zapdos. We have the Roselli Berry, Thunderous Kick, Brave Bird, Stomping Tantrum, and U-Turn. Thunderous Kick pretty much was all I needed fighting offense-wise, because it still picks up 2 KOs on things like Steelix, and chunks through a lot of the things that resist it pretty nicely. Also sets things up to be KO'd by Brave Bird or U-Turn afterwards, so that's always really nice. Brave Bird does a really big chunk of damage to a lot of mons. The thing here is I'm expecting Tapu Fini as a switch-in to this, and after a Thunderous Kick, Brave Bird does a significant chunk of damage. So that's why I have the Roselli Berry, because it can take a Moonblast after the initial Brave Bird, and then he'll be in range to be taken out by either another Thunderous Kick or a Stomping Tantrum. So I don't have to take any more recoil. That's pretty much the point with that. Other than that, this thing just hits hard against his team. Fighting plus flying coverage is incredibly strong against most teams, so Galarian Zapdos is always going to be an offensive threat, no matter what, which is pretty cool. So that's awesome. Next up, we have Diet Dr. Kelp, the Dragalge, rocking out the Black Sludge with the adaptability, Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Toxic Spikes, and Flip Turn. One important thing about trying to get Dragalge going in this matchup is going to be trying to get rid of the Nidoking as fast as possible. That's pretty much one of the main goals here, because if I can get Toxic Spikes up, that's going to be my main way of wearing down the Fini. Because Fini, the Misty Terrain doesn't go up until after the Toxic Spikes poison it. So it'll get poisoned by the Toxic Spikes, and then it won't be able to get rid of that unless Audino cures it at some point. So as long as I can keep pressure on him and keep that from happening, or I can get the Toxic Spikes up and keep them up, we'll be in a good spot. We have a bunch of speed. That speed is actually for Min Speed Serena, because then we can outspeed that and nuke it before it can potentially get off a Rapid Spin. If he's bringing like a bulky set, we can outspeed it and KO it. Sludge Wave and Dragon Pulse hit his team really hard, and then Flip Turn is to just kind of keep up a little bit of momentum against his team. Pretty straightforward stuff there. We got one of our 2 dual Scarfers. We got Pennywise, the Blacephalon, and our other Scarfer being Shortcake, the Tapu Lele. Again, it sucks that we have to this situation, but if I'm not scarfed on either of these 2, things like Raikou or Noivern just come in and mess us up afterwards. So it's like, it's the double-edged sword. It's like, I at least with the Scarf I can outspeed them, but with the Scarf also I'm getting put into several situations where these mons basically become useless. For example, like if I lock into Shadow Ball and he can just bring in Audino for free. Or if I lock into Flamethrower, he just brings in Pennyy for free and beats me. So it's like it's just one or the other, and it pretty much is a constant problem. But it's not like I can afford to not bring Blacephalon, because if I can get it going, especially if he makes an error and doesn't bring like Sucker Punch on Urshifu, like this thing, if I can get the right KO at the right time, it can just go off. If I can take out Pennyy decently early, this thing can just go off, which is always good. So hopefully we'll be able to pull that off. Knockoff is actually just to kind of get rid of leftovers on something. If like that might be a switch into this thing. It's pretty much the entire mindset behind that. And then trick could be to neuter one of his defensive threats earlier on. That's kind of the goal with that. Then we have Shortcake here, Psychic Moonblast, Nature's Madness, Focus Blast. Focus Blast is for the Steelix. Psychic hits most of his team incredibly hard. Aside from that, the only thing it doesn't really hit is the Urshifu, so we have the Moonblast for that. Obviously, we can't outspeed the Urshifu, so speed-wise, we went down to the level of base 85s, which would be the... why did I even go to that speed? Nidoking. Just because he's Scarf Nidoking. We need to be able to outspeed that. So that's our Lele. It's again pretty straightforward. These two do the same thing every week, and it's unfortunate because I need to be much more unique with these sets, and I'm probably going to try to start doing that going forward because something's not working. But next up we have the debut of Metallicana, the Aggron. Weakness policy Sturdy, Rock Polish, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Body Press. Max defense, Impish Nature. This is to make sure our body presses are always doing obscene amounts of damage. This thing actually 2-KOs Audino pretty easy. With this spread, also 3-hit KOs, Steelix guaranteed. And guaranteed 2-KOs Urshifu. Rock Polish, with this speed investment, takes us to 380 speed. And 380 speed allows us to... there was a certain Scarfer. No, this allows us to outspeed everything bar Scarfers. So, this allows us to outspeed Noivern, Unscarfed, and all that shit. So that could be cool. Stone Edge Earthquake hit his team really hard across the board. So that can be very important. Especially if we can get the policy popped by something. Then we'll be in a very, very good position to potentially sweep his team. Will he allow that to happen? Probably not. For being honest with ourselves, probably not likely. But I figured this set looked really, really good against his team and had a lot of potential to do some work here, so I figured I'd give it a shot. And last but not least, we have New Balance, the Rotomo. I literally just brought this thing as like I need something that can take a hit from Urshifu situation, so here is the Rotom. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Pain Split, and Will-O-Wisp. Yes, this set is walled by Nidoking and Serena and Steelix and... yeah, but and Raikou, but I needed all these moves. it's 4 move slot syndrome, and it's one of those cases where it's like I need Pain Split because I need the recovery, as well as being able to chip his team down. I need Will-O-Wisp because it can allow me to neuter the Urshifu. It can allow me to mess up things like the Steelix, the Dusknoir, whatnot, and any chip damage I can get on something like Nidoking as well is always useful. It's just hard, man. It's just really difficult, man. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. This is a hard matchup. I'll be real with you. This is a hard matchup, and I'm not exactly confident about it. Plus, it's Decker, and Decker usually beats my ass. So, this is going to be a tough matchup, but I'm going to give it my all. I'm certainly going to give it the best chance that I can, and hopefully we can pick up a win. Fingers crossed, because I need all the luck I can get. But that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace.